Magandang araw, NCLC Yans. Kami ang inyong tagapanguna, Binibining Rose Del Rhea, Gurong Tagapayo sa ikasyam na baitang.
Ginoong Alexander Mencias, Gurong Tagapayo sa ikawalong baitang.
Maligayang panonood sa ating pagdiriwang ng buwan ng nagkakaisang bansa o United Nations Month
Na may temang
International Year of Creative Economy for Sustainable Development.
Ang United Nations ay isang internasyonal na organisasyon na itinatag noong 1945 or 1945 pagkatapos ng ikalawang digmaang pandaigdig ng 51 bansa na nakatuon sa pagpapanatili ng pandaigdigang kapayapaan, seguridad at tulungan ang mga bansa na magkaayos. Pagbutihin ang mga kondisyon sa pamumuhay ng mga tao sa buong mundo at mas mahusay na pamantayan ng pamumuhay at karapatang pantao.
Ang United Nations ay pandaigdigang ipinagdiriwang sa hangarin na ipabatid sa lahat ng tao sa buong mundo ang layunin, hangarin at tagumpay ng nagkakaisang bansa o United Nations. Sana ay mag-enjoy tayo sa ating panonood at sa ating pagpapasimula para sa pambungad na panalangin. Ito ay ihahatid sa atin ng isang gurong tagapayo sa ika-11 baitang, Gina Vanessa Hinabin.
Ating ipikit ang ating mga mata at tayo ay manalangin. Mapagpalang Diyos na aming Ama, sa araw pong ito kami ay nagpapasalamat sa patuloy na buhay at kalakasan na nagmumula sa iyo. Salamat po Panginoon sa iyong mayamang kahabagan at pag-ibig na lagi mong ipinagkakaloob sa bawat isa sa amin. Sa mga pagkakataon pong ito ay patuloy naming ipinagkakatiwala sa iyo ang aming programa sa araw na ito. Dilit iba ang pagdiriwang ng nagkakaisang bansa o United Nations Month. Pagpalain mo po ang bawat bahagi ng programang ito. Pagpalain mo po ang mga guro at mga mag-aaral ng iyong paaralan. Muli, ang lahat ng aming talentong tinanggap mula sa iyo ay aming ibinabalik na may buong pagpapasalamat at pagpupuri sa iyong banal na pangalan. Maraming salamat po, Ama, sa pangalan ni Jesus. Amen.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Walang mag-iiw, sa silanganan, walang ang puso, sa higit mo'y buhay. Lupang hirang, tuyot ka ng maliging, sa manlulupig, di mamasisiin. Sa lugar at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit bubughaw, may nilagang tula at awis sa paglayong nilamahal. Ang sisakang watawat mo'y tagumpay na
alongside our mission, providing students with greater access to quality education that instills Christian values, ideals, and competencies essential to successfully meet the demands and challenges of the 21st century.
Vision: a school system that upholds Christian tradition of excellence in service to God and humanity through liberating education towards a God-fearing society.
School philosophy: train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. Proverbs 22, verse 6.
Sa pamungad na pananalita, tayo ay pangungunahan na ikalawang punong guro ng Junior High School, si Ginang Marites Nepomuceno.
Sa ating kagalang-galang na tagapangasiwag, Ginong Kristen Periol, sa ating espiritual na tagapayo, Ginoong Samuel Periol, sa aming butihing punong guro, Binibining Reza Pestanio, sa ating pinagpipitagan ng katuwang ng punong guro ng Senior High School, Ginoong Bernardito Rejalte, sa lahat naming masisipag at dedikadong guro, kasama ang mga mabubuting batang mag-aaral ng National Christian Life College, isang magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Ang United Nations ay nagkakaisang bansa. At ito ay isang organisasyon na binubuo ng malayang bansa na layunin na itaguyod ang kaunlaran at kapayapaang pagdaigdig. Sobrang nakakapanibago sa ating paaralan ang pagdiriwang nito, di po ba? Naging limitado ang mga activities na isinasagawa upang ito ay ipagdiwang. Subalit, di nagiging hadlang ang pandemic para di natin ito magawa na mayroong pagtatagumpay. Ang mga layunin ng pagkakatatag ng samahang nagkakaisang bansa ay panatilihin ang pagdiriwang ng kapayapaan at maging ang seguridad ng mga bansa. Magkaroon ng mabuting pagsasamahan ang maraming bansa. Diba? Maging ang pagtutulungan sa paghanap ng solusyon sa bawat suliraning pandaigdig. Halimbawa, ngayon, diba? Ano ang suliranin natin ngayon? COVID-19, diba? Ito, nagdulot ng napakaraming kahirapan sa iba't ibang bansa. Ito ay talagang pumatay ng maraming mga tao. Subalit sa sama-samang pagkakaisa ng mga bansa, natugunan ang problemang ito. At unti-unti maging sa ating bansa na nalalabanan natin ang paglaganap nito. At dito sa ating paaralan, patuloy nating naisusulong ang napakagandang layunin nito. Salamat sa ating lahat dahil tayong naririto, tanda na marunong tayong magpahalaga sa itinataguyod na pandaigdigang pagkakaisa. Welcome po sa ating United Nations Day at maging makabuluhan muli ang araw na ito. Isang magandang buhay at matagumpay na pagdiriwang, pagpalain po tayo ng Panginoon.
Para sa buod ng mga gawain at patimpala, ito ay dadalhin sa atin ng isa sa mga gurong tagapayo sa ikasyam na baitang, Ginang Rhea Setosta.
Maraming salamat. Ang NCLC ay nagsagawa ng iba't ibang mga activity bilang pakikiisa sa pagdiriwang ng United Nations Month. Ang unang linggo ay inilaan sa pagpapaliwanag ng tema ng UN para sa taong 2021. At ito ang tema na International Year of Creative Economy for Sustainable Development. Ang mga guro ay ipinaliwanag at binigyan diin ang kahulugan at kahalagahan ng temang ito sa oras ng kanilang klase sa Araling Panlipunan. Ang ikalawang linggo naman ay naglaan ng mga mag-aaral ng oras upang ibigay ang kanilang pagkaunawa sa tema ng UN 2021 sa pamamagitan ng pag-post nito sa kanilang mga sariling social media account. At ang pinaka-final na gawain ay ang pagsasagawa ng artistic face shield para sa junior high school at infomercial naman para sa senior high school. At sa araw na ito, matutunghayan natin ang mga malikhaing gawa ng ating mga mag-aaral bilang pakikiisa sa pagdiriwang ng United Nations 2021.
Huwag na nating patagalin pa. Alam namin kayo ay handang-handa na nasaksihan ang mga presentasyon ng Artistic Face Shield and Face Mask para sa Junior High School.
Mabuhay ang Pilipinas! Ako nga pala si Provincial St. Matias. Naniniwala ako sa kasabihang ang hindi marunong magmahal sa sariling wika ay higit pa sa hayop at malansang isda. Mabuhay! Ako po si Lloyd Jeremiah Rejalde mula sa ikapitong baitang, pangkat SPJ. Akin po kinakatawan ang bansang Pilipinas. Sabi po ng ating pambansang bayani na si Gat Jose Rizal na ang kabataan ang pag-asa ng bayan. Kaya sa mga kapwa kong mag-aaral, maging mabuti po tayong mamamayan na sumusunod sa batas. Mag-aral po tayo ng mabuti. Maraming salamat po.
Bawat mo'y tagumpay na naglilingling, ang bituin at araw ng kailan pa may magdidilim. Buwan ang araw ng ating pagsinta, buhay namin sa piling mo. Ang ligaya ng ay makaapit, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Magandang araw! Kenneth Levim Laksina, 7SPJ. Mabuhay Pilipinas!
SPJ, Baitang 7, ako'y Pilipino, tayo'y magkaisa. At tayo sumunod sa batas, magsuot ng face shield at face mask tuwing lalabas. Muli, ako si Darcy Gabriel Santiago, Tiga Marikina!
Representando Olindo, Brazil.
Magandang umaga po sa inyo lahat. Ako po si Ramon Benjamin Olaguer mula sa ika-8 baitan ng pangkat ng Fairness. Pilipinas po ang aking napili dahil ito ay ating tinitirahan at pinagmamalaki ko din ang Pilipinas dahil sa magaganda nitong mga tanawin. Tulad ng Amanpulo, Bohol, Bonavides Terraces, 100 Island at marami pang iba. At nandito rin po ang ating mga bayani. Pilipinas din po kaya din po Pilipinas ang aking napili sapagkat po pinagmamalaki ko po ito dahil po isa po ito sa magagandang tanawin sa buong mundo. Ayun lamang po at marami pong salamat muli. Muli, ang perlas na sinilangan, Pilipinas.
日本は桜や富士山などの神聖の国慶、日本車や弾丸列車などの最先端、実用カラオケや自動販売機などの奇抜発明、レジ正しさや時間厳守などの物的価値が人気のアニメや漫画、そして食欲をそそる食べ物で有名です。ラーメンと寿司。
Saudi Craft, Pomshiwa Kiningi guys Miranes, Jag 8 SPJ. My name is Saner, Prated Hangkardiam, Thailand. Kapun Craft.
Hola, soy Jairo Baltasar de la sección de Estudiantes Inteligentes y Responsables 8SPJ, representando al país de Colombia. La bandera nacional de Colombia es su orgullo y alegre. Cada color tiene su significado que describe perfectamente a los ciudadanos de la nación. El color amarillo simboliza la soberanía y la igualdad. El azul simboliza la nobleza y la lealtad. Y el rojo simboliza la independencia, la dignidad y la generosidad. Todo esto define al pueblo de Colombia, porque es soberano, igual, noble, leal, independiente, generoso y tiene dignidad. La hermosa y única flor nacional de Colombia, la orquídea Cattleya traianae, simboliza la pureza, la devoción y el amor. Su valiente y único animal nacional es el cóndor andino. Su flor animal describe en gran medida su carácter porque la gente de Colombia es pura, devota, cariñosa, valiente y única.
Un grato día para todas las damas y caballeros. Soy de Radal Nation Lexi E, de 7 SPJ y elevo un atuendo inspirado en hermoso país de Bolivia.
Santa Claus is coming to town. You better watch out, you better not cry, better not pout, I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming.
Ako si Shane Jewel D. Brillantes, galing sa pangkat na SPJ, na nire-representa ang bansang ating sinilangan, Pilipinas. Dinesisyon ng gawin namin ito upang irepresenta ang bansang Pilipinas sa pagiging masipag, malikhain, at maparaan. Dahil naniniwala kami sa kasabihan na kapag may tiyaga, may nilaga, na nagpapahayag na lahat ay magagawa sa pagiging masipag at hindi pagsuko.
What? Dino, pala, parangat ang bandera.
Ako si Andre Jose C. Cruz galing sa pangkat na SPJ na inirepresenta ang bansang ating sinilangan, Pilipinas. Ito ang aming pinili na disenyo upang mabigyan ng gamit muli ang gamit na face mask at face shield. Dahil naniniwala kami sa phrase na ang kabataan ay pag-asa ng bayan. Naisip namin na dapat mabigyan ng malinis at maliwanag na kinabukasan at kapaligiran ang mga bata.
Diba, ika nila, ibang mundo nakikita niya. Mabuting iba, di gaya nila. Pikit ang mata, ang tama wala. Ha, 20-20, ulit-ulit intelihente. Subalit ulit, basagang lente. Ulit-ulit, hinubugan talaga makansirit. Para iangat ang bandera.
Hi Alman, ek is Fabian, and ek welten Würdig Afrika. Hi everyone, I am Fabian, and I represent Africa.
At presentasyon naman ng infomercial para sa senior high school. Tara, ating tunghayan.
We've been struck with a deadly virus called COVID-19 since last year, and many countries suffered losses in terms of their economy. But there's this country that remains normal as if the pandemic never happened.
Do you know what country it is?
Welcome to Taiwan. Among the country who recorded the lowest death rate is Taiwan. They had a total of 7 COVID-19 deaths all throughout 2020.
The restaurants remain open, people can dine in, but of course with a proper health etiquette where people are seen wearing masks and maintain social distancing.
People casually walking in the street, attending or watching sport events just like the normal life we've used to.
All of these are possible because Taiwan was among the first places to ban foreign visitors almost as soon as China reported the emergence of the virus. So they managed to control the situation.
They managed to beat the whole COVID-19 situation since they have a system where citizens have a smart card that monitors their health status.
Created a system that looked something like this. Low-risk people were instructed to buy a weekly quota of masks allocated by the government, but they'd continue to live in a functional, normal society. High-risk people went into a 2-week quarantine, after which they'd become low-risk and could join everyone else. Because of this, Taiwan didn't have to go into lockdown.
Their civil society had essentially stayed the same. After all of the ups and downs, Taiwan is still standing strong. Indeed, we need to learn from them.
Looking for a safe travel to get away from stress? Say no more, United States is here for you. Decreasing from the cases of COVID-19, they've been welcoming tourists like you. So, what are you waiting for? Florida, or also known as the Sunshine State, has been always welcome to tourists like you since last year. They haven't skipped a beat, I must say. Their beaches are always open along with Disney World. California, the Golden State. Enjoy fewer crowds in the popular destinations in California, with one of the nation's highest vaccination rate and lowest cases rates. They're now open and welcome for tourists. You can always visit Disneyland and other parks and beaches that are popular in California. Even though they're lower than Florida last year, they're now coming right back at you and making their way to the top. So what are you waiting for? Enjoy those long walks on the parks of California and enjoy those fresh airs. But no matter where you go, always follow those health protocols and be safe.
The Puerto Princesa Subterranean River National Park features a spectacular limestone karst landscape with an underground river. One of the river's distinguishing features is that it emerges directly into the sea, and its lower portion is subject to tidal influences. The area also represents a significant habitat for biodiversity conservation. The site contains a full mountain-to-sea ecosystem and has some of the most important forests in Asia. The Tubataha Natural Park, also known as the Tubataha Reefs National Park, is a protected marine area of the Philippines located in the middle of the Sulu Sea. The marine and bird sanctuary consists of 2 huge atolls and a smaller Jesse Beasley Reef covering a total area of 97 and 30 hectares. The Tubataha Reef is an important habitat sustaining a high diversity of marine life, providing the Sulu Sea and eastern coastline of Palawan with fish and invertebrate larvae. In the late 1980s, exploitative fishing and the use of massively destructive fishing methods threatened the ecosystem. The Chocolate Hills, a majestic geologic formation in Bohol, Philippines. There are at least 1,260 hills, but there are as many as 1,776 hills scattered over an area of more than 50 square kilometers. The majestic Chocolate Hills is one of the Philippines' natural jewels and also a popular tourist attraction. It got its name from its strange yet unique formation and rich vegetation that turns into chocolate brown during the dry months. The rice terraces of the Philippine Cordilleras is an outstanding example of an evolved, living cultural landscape that can be traced as far as 2 millennia in the pre-colonial Philippines. The terraces are located in the remote areas of the Philippine Cordillera mountain range on the northern island of Luzon. Banawe Rice Terraces, also known as Hagdang-Hagdang Palayan, is a UNESCO World Heritage Site in Ifugao. It features thousands of staircase-like rice paddies that were said to be built thousands of years ago. The terraces are found in the province of Ifugao, and the Ifugao people have been its caretakers. The building of the rice terraces entails constructing retaining walls with stone and rammed earth which are designed to draw water from a main irrigation canal above the terrace clusters. Boracay is a small island in the central Philippines. It's known for its resorts and beaches. Along the west coast, White Beach is backed by palm trees, bars, and restaurants. On the east coast, strong winds make Bulabog Beach a hub for water sports. Nearby observation deck on Mount Luho offers panoramic views over the island. Offshore coral reefs and shipwrecks are also home to its diverse marine life.
The Philippines, officially the Republic of the Philippines, is an archipelagic island country in Southeast Asia. It is situated in the Western Pacific Ocean and consists of about 7,640 islands that are broadly categorized under 3 main geographical divisions from north to south: Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao.
Magandang araw sa inyong tanan. Hayaan ninyong samahan ko kayo ang tuklasin ang ganda ng Pilipinas.
The Philippines, who is known all over the world as one of the best travel destinations for having pristine beaches, historic places, breathtaking mountains, and jaw-dropping lagoons.
Boracay, famous for its also fine white sand beaches, amazing nightlife, and fun water activities. Boracay is the best tourist destination in the Philippines to enjoy all the things you want in one place. In fact, it's always on the list of the world's most beautiful islands by international travel magazines. Mayon Volcano is renowned as the perfect cone because of its almost perfectly conical shape. The upper slopes of this amazing volcano are steep, averaging 35 to 40 degrees, and are capped by a small summit crater. Its sides are layers of lava and other volcanic material.
The Banawe Rice Terraces are in Filipino, Hagdan-Hagdan Palayan ng Banawe. are terraces that were carved into the mountains of Manawe, Ifugao, in the Philippines by the ancestors of the Igorot people. The terraces are occasionally called the eighth wonder of the world. It is commonly thought that the terraces were built with minimal equipment, largely by hand. The rice terraces illustrate a unique and notable ancient lifestyle that was harmoniously paired with the preservation of the natural setting.
When it comes to parties and festivities, Filipinos take it seriously. In fact, each province has its own festival. They are vibrant, colorful, lively, and grand. These Philippine festivals showcase the country's culture and the locals' creativity. Many feature colorful costumes, painted bodies, and crazy beautiful street dance performances.
Aside from its picturesque spots and enjoyable festivals, Philippines is also known for having warm and hospitable people.
Filipinos are so accommodating, may it be foreigners or locals. To tell you honestly, it's not always about the money, but because of the bond we won't want you to experience. They don't discriminate. Instead, they welcome everyone with open arms. Filipinos respect their relatives and they treat their elderly with great fondness. They grab their hand and put it against their forehead. This gesture of pagmamano is so deeply ingrained in their culture that it has become the greatest symbol of affection in the family.
Philippines may not be the richest country, but then we are proud to share the genuine happiness and love. We will always raise our flag.
Here's the top 3 tourist spots in South Korea. First is the National Museum of Korea. As a world capital, Seoul is filled with a lot of museums. The largest is the National Museum of Korea. And like the Met in New York, it is a place that really can be explored in a single visit. The vast collection combines art, history, and archaeology, presented to show the history of Korean culture and tell the story of the Korean people. It's also an excellent attraction to see you if only have limited time in Seoul. The collection is beyond vast as it goes back over a billion years. It's fascinating especially for families and kids as there's such a wide range of objects. Everything from Stone Age tools to modern artwork by Korean artists. Second is the Jeju Island. A very popular resort destination, this volcanic island is best reached via a quick hour-long domestic flight from Seoul. The island boasts beautiful beaches along with a lot of culture and history. The highest mountain in South Korea is here along with miles of giant lava tubes. The lava tubes which can be explored are natural air pockets in the hardened lava the size of railway tunnels. Be sure to visit Jungmun Beach to see the diving women. These are women who free dive hundreds of feet to catch different types of seafoods. This tradition started centuries ago when the local men were all fishing boats. The island also has 100 miles of hiking trails and a lot of hot springs and health spas. Third is a blue house, named for the striking blue tile roofs of its many pavilions and buildings. The Blue House, much like a White House, is a home to Korean president. The very secure complex of building also houses many Korean executive government officers and official meeting sites. It's an interesting place to visit, as it gives you a behind-the-scenes look of modern Korean government and Korean formal culture. A lot of what you see on the guided tour are meeting rooms and official state reception rooms, where foreign dignitaries are welcome. Hour-long public tours are given, but you need to apply online in advance for a security check.
Now, if someone's here like to eat rice, so So this dish is perfectly for you. So bibimbap, it came from early rural Koreans taking leftover vegetables, sometimes having meat with rice and mixing them in a bowl. This was cheap and did not require all of the time and space of a traditional meal. Bibimbap was originally written in Hanja due to the ancient use of the Chinese characters in Korea. So basically, this dish, bibimbap, is way cheaper than bulgogi. So basically, this is a on-the-go meal of someone's loves to eat rice. So basically, what bibimbap means? Bibimbap, a Korean dish of rice with cooked vegetables, usually meat and often a raw or fried egg in Korea. So basically, this is kind of the dish that you can eat all day. Like basically, you can take some leftover ingredients and make some already a bibimbap. Now, if someone here is a vegetable lover or vegetarian, this dish is perfectly for you. So kimchi. Kimchi is a traditional Korean dish that originated over 3,000 years ago. The tradition of making kimchi started as a way to ferment and store vegetables during the cold winter. So basically, kimchi is a preservation technique or method used by Koreans. So basically, this kind of preservation is used to have a good quality of vegetables. It's like a sushi type, but this is a vegetable version of it. Now, if you're hungry, come on, I will tour you and show you the best dishes here in South Korea. So first, we have bulgogi. Bulgogi literally means fire meat. It's a gyu made of thin, marinated slices of beef or pork grilled on a barbecue or on a stovetop griddle. It is also often stir-fried in a pan in a home cooking setting. Sirloin, ribeye, or brisket are frequently used cuts of beef for the dish. So basically, if you want meat and you are a meat lover, this dish is perfectly for you. Now, it is originated in the Goryeo era, 37 BCE up to 668 CE. In Korea, in a stock around because it is literally just that good. Because beef was generally expensive back then. It was served for the wealthy noble class. So back in 37 BCE, this kind of dish is like a gold to them. So bulgogi is a Korea's most well-known barbecue dish, featuring thin slices of beef marinated in sauce and then grilled to perfection. Of course, one can choose to grill it well done or rare.
Inyong. Today in this video, I'm gonna share with you the 4 cultures in South Korea. Number 1 culture. Wearing shoes or slipper are not allowed to be placed on the floor. Here in Korean, guys, it is forbidden to put shoes or slipper on the floor because of the South Korean. On the floor, they sit when eating at home. Then there is a table and they are clean at home. Number 2 culture. Doing bow or insa. Here in Korean, to be palit, you must be always bow. To be palit, that is the sign of respective in Korean. And here in Korean, guys, they have different levels of times dependent on the person. For example, friend or someone important to you as old as you. And that is what they call banman. And there is also a chondiman they use in the elderly and in manager and so on. Number 3 culture. Taking the husband's surname. Here in Korean, if you get married in Korean man, and if you expect Korean as your last name, well, that won't happen. Because of here in Korean, they don't use the husband last name, even though they are married. So, that's the first thing you need to remember if you are going to marry a Korean. Number 4 culture. Meeting the parent. Here in Korean, guys, you will only meet your future mother and father-in-law when you get married. So that's their culture when it comes to marriage. That's all. Thank you, guys.
Kamsaheyo. Now, thank you for visiting South Korea. I hope you like our presentation. I hope you like the information that we gave you about tourist attraction, about the history of South Korea, and basically the food. I hope you come back here.
Australia has no shortage of iconic snacks and unique dishes, but for today we will only talk about a few of them. First is the Vegemite toast. Some will love it, some will hate it. This is a real Australian breakfast. Pair it with avocado, salt and pepper on toast, which makes a surprisingly delicious combo. Roast lamb has been declared Australia's national dish in a major poll. Australia's love of lamb has been shared with the rest of the world for decades for its buttery flavor and delicate texture. Last but not the least is dessert. Pavlova is Australia's national dessert. This meringue-based cake with whipped cream and fruits on top is a creamy dessert that's hard to hate.
Hey guys, so for today I will share with you 5 interesting facts about Australia. So first we have Australia is the only continent in the world without an active volcano. Second, Australia has the world's longest golf course, measuring more than 850 miles. Third, the world's largest sand islands can be found in Australia, which is Fraser Island. Fourth, Australia is ranked second in the Human Development Index, which takes into account a long healthy life, knowledge, and decent standard of living. Nice! Fifth, in Australia, kangaroo meat can be purchased from the supermarket and is known to be a leaner and healthier alternative to beef or lamb, with a 1 to 2% fat content. So that's it guys, I hope you learn and know something about Australia.
Go to the weirdest tradition of Australia. First, bucket day and food. The former is a celebration that all junior year students participate in, and the latter is when graduates set off to the Gold Coast for vacational week after the bucket day, to have some fun and get a sense of freedom. Although it is strange tradition in Australia, international students always find it the most fascinating.
Maraba, Naharak, Said. We are the representative of Grade 12 youths. Today, we are celebrating when the day we are all united. I am Sheila, and this is United Arab Emirates.
Hi, this is Justin, and welcome to Al Ain Oasis. Al Ain Oasis is located in the middle of the Rub Al Khali Desert, a 4,000-year-old settlement covering 1,200 hectares and recognized as the UN's Food and Agricultural Organization for its value in biodiversity and cultural heritage.
Altitude is a traditional wedding in UAE, which is produced by Bedouin women and rural communities. Produce soft, furnishing, and decorative accessories for camels and horses. Bedouin men shear the sheep, camels, and goats, and the wool is spun and prepared by the women.
The traditional colors are black, white, brown, beige, and red, with distinct patterns in the form of narrow bands of geometric designs. However, the rapid economic development and social transformations brought about by the advent of oil in the Emirates have caused a sharp decline in the practice of al-Sabi.
The coastal of Sabka or flat salt and crusted desert is located south on the coast of the Arabian Gulf. The Sabka are considered some of the most unique documented in the world as a result of their completeness, vastness, and research carried out by geologists.
Uncommon Dubai goes beyond the trite and provide a look at the city's true culture. Shofani has collected musics, stories, and advice from a variety of contributors, both local and expatriate. Together, they combine to showcase the hidden sides of the city. This book is a great purchase for tourists, and the beautiful photos make it a great souvenir as well.
An Amazing Nation provides a detailed yet easy to understand look at the inner workings of the United Arab Emirates. It touches on topics such as the structure of the federal government and the flora and fauna of the region. It also talks about the demographics of the population and the geography of the coastlines. It's a great way to get an encyclopedic look at the different facets that make up the country.
Lastly, The Trucial States. This book was published in 1970, a year before the UAE was officially founded. It was written by Donald Hawley, a British diplomat who was working in the Gulf during that time. He worked closely with the ruling sheikhs as they established the United Arab Emirates. This book provides an inside look at the wheeling and dealing that goes into founding a nation. It is a scintillating book that provides both political and historical information of the UAE.
And that's UAE, folks. I hope you learned a lot today. Again, we are the representative of grade 12 youths. Have a great day!
Na sikreto sa tagumpay ay pagsisikap, narito ang mga nagwagi para sa ating patimpala.
Pagpapasalamat naman ay ating maririnig mula sa ating ikalawang punong guro ng Senior High School, Ginoong Bernardito Rijalde Jr.
Isang maganda at mapagpalang araw po sa ating lahat bilang pagtatapos ng ating pagdiriwang sa pagkakaisa ng bawat mga bansa sa buong mundo o ang United Nations Month na may temang International Year of Creative Economy for Sustainable Development. Ako po ay lubos na gagalak sa pagtatagumpay na ipinagkaloob sa bawat isa sa atin sa buwan na ito. Nagpapasalamat din tayo sa suporta na ibinibigay ng ating mga tagapanguna sa paaralan. Pangunahin ng ating Administrator, Ma'am Kirsten Ferriol, sa ating punong guro, Ma'am Reza Pestaño, sa ating ikalawang punong guro, Dr. Marites Nepomuceno, at sa lahat ng mga guro na ngayon ay kasama natin na nakatunghay sa programang ito. Pangunahin ang ating tagapanguna sa programa na UN Month, ang ating guro na si Teacher Rhea Sitosta, at higit sa lahat sa atin pong mga magulang na kasama namin sa pagkakataong ito, sa kanilang suporta sa mga programa sa paaralan. At higit sa lahat sa amin pong mga mag-aaral na walang sawang nakikibahagi sa bawat aktibidades na isinasagawa sa paaralan. Nawa ang bawat isa ay mayroong natutunan sa pagdiriwang na ito. At inaasahan din namin na sa mga susunod pang programa ay magiging kabahagi ang lahat. Mabuhay tayong lahat at naway laging pagbuklurin ng kapayapaan ang bawat bansa sa buong mundo. Muli, maraming salamat po at pagpalain tayo ng Panginoon.
Sa pagwawakas ng ating programa, sa pangwakas na panalangin, tayo ay pamumunahan ng isa sa Gurong Tagapayo ng ika-9 na baitang, Binibining Janeline Gonzalez.
Praise the Lord, tayo manalangin naman namin Diyos. Minsan pa kami po'y nagpapasalamat dahil muli ipinagtagumpay niyo ang aming programa, ang United Nations 2021. Ikaw po ang patuloy na gumuhang makapangyarihan sa mga estudyante at patuloy na magbigay sa kanila ng makalangit na karunungan. At ikaw po ang patuloy na mag-ingat din sa bawat isa sa amin. Ito po ang aming samit dalangin at ito sa pagpapasalamat sa inyo sa pangalan ng aming Panginoong Hesus. Amen.
There comes a time when we heed a certain call, when the world must come together as one. There are people dying. Oh, when it's time to lend a hand to life, the greatest gift of all. We can't go on pretending day by day that someone somewhere will soon make a change. We all a part of God's great big family, and the truth, you know, love is all